Is this the dumbest diet thing you ever heard? I'm sure other people that have some kind of a condition, anorexia, was it bulimia, whatever, they may do something even worse than this, dumber than this. But this is pretty dumb, and this is something I did. Someone was joking. I know who she is, but she was joking, saying, "Oh, it looks like you do everything perfect." Wow, no, not at all. Because if I did everything perfect, then why was I 125, 120, whatever number of pounds overweight? Like I said, when I was in the military, I was allowed to weigh, I think it was 198 pounds, just under 200 pounds. And I was eligible for a promotion. And this is the way it works in the Air Force. It's different than other services. At the lower grades, when you want to get promoted, up to from E1 to E4, there's no testing. This is how it was when I was in. It may have changed. And now we have Space Force and all that kind of stuff. But when I was in, from E1, which is you ain't got nothing, up to E4, which you got three stripes. The next one you would go to would be called staff sergeant, and that's four stripes, E5. Now people say, why do you have four stripes? Are you called an E5? Shouldn't you have five stripes to be called E5? No, because remember the first one you have nothing. E1, you got nothing. They call it slick sleeve. If you got one stripe, they call you a mosquito wing. All this. I never had the mosquito wing because I had college when I came in, and I got two stripes, which was an airman first class. I don't know what the nickname for that. Useless, maybe. I don't know. They call, hey, you're useless. I don't know. But for those first three, four really, E1, E2, E3, and then up to E4, you don't test. Then you have to take a test. I think it's called the WAPS test. I can't remember what they call it. They have names for everything in the military. Everything's supposed to be a three-letter acronym or whatever that they can put together. So you have the test. And one test is based on your military knowledge, your Air Force knowledge, and one is based on your career field, your actual job. I think in the other services they call it the MOS or whatever, but we call it career field. So you have to take a test. Then when you pass that level and you get to the next level, you test for making staff sergeant, and you test for making tech sergeant. Then the top three, which is master sergeant, senior master sergeant, and chief master sergeant, those three. When you get to those three levels, those are not testing. You go before a board. In the reserves is a little bit different. You don't test in the reserves, so that's why they say the upper echelon, of the non-commissioned officers in the reserves are not very good. Well, I was one, and I can tell you that might be true. But anyway, I was eligible for promotion, eligible for a couple of different things, some pretty good assignments when I was in the Air Force, working on some. I worked. I didn't work for 6 hour, but I worked in shooting. I was a combat arms instructor. Am I a gun nut? I don't know. I don't think so. Am I a health nut? I don't think so. Am I a fitness nut? I don't know. I'm just a nut, just a generic nut. But I had to lose weight because I weighed in about 4 pounds too heavy. We had to weigh in. I thought it was okay. I didn't weigh myself every day. I did my regular exercise, but I must have messed up, and now I was 4 pounds overweight. I wasn't like I was when I got out of the military, when I was like 125. I don't know how much overweight I am now because the charts are crazy. They might say you're 5'11", you should weigh 140 pounds. You're 5'11", you should weigh 220 pounds. I've seen everything from like the 170. They say about 170. From what I gather, I think most of them, if I average them all, it's probably about 185. That's in America. I know there's other countries and other areas, other regions of the world that probably that's gonna be a little different. So for me, I would think that my healthy weight, when I look on the healthy weight charts, is about 175 to 185. I think that's what it is. But there's also variance on how big are your muscles and how much do you. There's a lot of different variants. It's hard to put everything, put everything in a pinhole or what do they call it, in a little compartment. Okay, you're this. You got to weigh this. You're this. You got to weigh this. You're this, and that's what they do in the military. If you're this height, the most you can weigh is this. I think we have a minimum too, a minimum weight. When I joined the military, I was required to put on some weight. I remember that. but I don't really know if there's a minimum. There probably is. When I was in, we had a lot of the anorexia situation happening. We had AIDS that unfortunately came up, and of course they were kicking people out for that. But I'm not saying weight loss due to AIDS. I'm not saying that. But at that time my boy George was real big, and I could tell you different things that were going on in the space program. But I think Princess Diana got married about that time. I don't know. But anyway, during the anorexic thing, a lot of people were very, very skinny. They started losing a lot of weight. And did Cindy, I mean, Cindy, did Carpenter, did she die then? I can't remember if that's when she died. And she died of anorexia. So a lot of people did lose weight from that. So I think they maybe, in order to start a program for helping people with that, I don't think they kicked you out if you had that condition. You had to maintain your minimum or not. You had to be over your minimum and under your maximum in that thing. But so I was 4, maybe 5 pounds overweight. And the program was going to start in 3 days. 3 days. So they said, okay, David, Sergeant Gardner, you're overweight. We'll weigh you in if it starts. No, it started in 4 days. That's right. I think it was started 4. It was like a Tuesday or something. It was going to start the next Monday, but I had to be signed up and squared to go by Friday. So I think I had like 3 days to lose this weight, 4 pounds. And people think, 4 pounds, that's nothing. It's hard to lose 4 pounds in a couple of days without making yourself very, very sick. So what did I do? This is really dumb. Now, if I did this for a long period, I'm not endorsing doing this. Do not do this. Disclaimer: do not try this at home. Don't do it. It's not good. No. If you're overweight, you're overweight. I mean, I'm not saying for you. Okay, for me, if I'm overweight, I'm overweight. And I need to work on that. So I can't. There's not really a quick fix. Here you go. Drop off this weight. Some people take laxatives. They take laxatives and they try to do it that way. For me, that wouldn't have worked because I work at the firing range. And one thing about the firing range, you're sitting with headsets on and bang, 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 everybody's shooting weapons. You can't say, oh, excuse me, I need to go potty. Can't do it. That'd be, if you're going to use laxatives to do this, which they say is very, 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 very bad. I would say don't do it. You basically would have to probably like sit on the toilet. Just sit on the toilet and do it, if that's what you're going to do. Some people have an enema or whatever, and they try to do it through that. That's gross. And I don't think you drop enough. I mean, I don't know if a person would drop 4 pounds doing that. Like if you waited the day of the weigh-in, and the weigh-in's at noon, and so you wake up at 2 a.m, take laxatives and sit in the toilet, would you lose enough? I don't know. So this is what I did. And it was bad. In just 4 days, I got sick from doing this. Okay, just 4 days or whatever number of days was. I think it's 4. It was a long time ago. I took Slim Fast. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not endorsing Slim Fast, but this is a historical subject that happened, and it's a true story. But it's back when they had the powder in the scoop. That's how long ago it was. They didn't have the pre-shake bottles or cans. Now you can get the bottles. I have these. This is empty, but I do these sometimes. These are very, very low in calorie and low in carbs, so I can do these, and I take these in the car with me. They're supposed to keep them cold, but what I'll do is I'll just throw one in the car in case I get to the point where I don't have anything to eat, not for survival to live until the rescuers find me, but if I don't have anything to eat and I have to have something to take medicine with, or my hands are going to shake, I can use that like a low blood sugar sweetness to bring it back up. That may not be that great for low. If I have really, really, really low blood sugar where it's an emergency, then I would have to do something like I said in an earlier video, where I'd use like frosting, not the frosting, but the one where you write on the cake. If you open that, boom, you go up. So I did that. I did Slim Fast. Now, did I do it the way they said to do it? No. Did I do the Slim Fast diet the way? No. They would say to have 1 or 2 meal replacements and a healthy meal. So you have a healthy dinner and 2 of those meal replacements. Maybe have a Slim Fast in the morning, then have a nice healthy lunch. I think they say healthy dinner. Then at lunchtime, I would have another one. You're supposed to have another one, and then a healthy dinner with maybe a light snack, one snack. So it'll be like 2 Slim Fasts, maybe a salad meal, and a snack. No, I didn't do that. I had 2 Slim Fast a day only. Only. Nothing else. Just water. Okay, and I had to work too. So I was working, I was walking up and down. At the firing range, you walk 100 yards, you turn around, you walk 100 yards back. You walk 100 yards, you set up targets. You come back, you fire to the sight in the rifle. Then you walk 100 yards and you walk back. And you do that 2 or 3 times. And then you start the firing. Then you go walk 100 yards to go score the targets, and you walk 100 yards back. And you can get thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of steps a day. I didn't have a Fitbit, wearing a Fitbit or thing, but it was, I would imagine I was getting probably at that time about 12,000, 15,000 steps a day. So how many calories is that? How many calories was I doing? 220. 220 calories a day for 4 days. Boop, 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 boop. So in 4 days, I did that. Lots of water. People say, hey, Sergeant Gardner, what are you doing? Oh, I'm drinking a lot of water. I'm really thirsty. Yeah. Hey, the roach coach, shouldn't say roach coach. I guess that's wrong now. The running chef is what they called it, is going to be here. Are you going to get yourself a burger and you can get yourself some chips or a Snickers bar? No, I'm going to get nothing. No. I got some money for you. They always think it's about money in the military. It's always about money. I got your back. Here's $5. No, that's not money. And I wouldn't really tell them what's going on because I didn't want people to know, because I probably can get in trouble for doing the diet I chose to do. I didn't get any permission, and so by the way, 220 calories a day. How many calories are we supposed to have? Right now they're saying that that a man should have between 2,000 and 3,000 calories a day. They're saying a man should have about 2,500 calories a day, and a woman should have 2,000. And I was getting 220. So, about 10% of what I should have had for 4 days. Did I make the weight? Yeah. I made it. I was 2 pounds under. So I lost 6 pounds. 6 pounds in those days. Do I recommend doing that? No. Will I ever do that again? I sure hope not. When I was in the hospital, they had to limit my calories, and they fed me. They would actually provide the food. And I think that was based on 900 calories a day. And I was hungry. I was really, really hungry. I drank a lot of water. So how did I do it? How was I able to do this? Drinking a lot of water. I was exercising enough. A lot of people don't exercise. They want to lose weight, and you'll see on the thing, you don't have to change your lifestyle at all. Just take this pill and you'll be A-okay. Some people say, I'm just going to go on a diet. I got to lose weight. I'm going to go on a diet. But they don't do any exercise. Somebody say, I need to lose weight. I'm going to go to the gym. But they don't change the diet. So for me, it's all about me. I'm going to do another video. I'm going to do a video about you coming up, because somebody asked in a comment on the one. If you look at the video for Aldi, the one I said, do you shop at Aldi? Do you hunt for low carb foods at Aldi? If you look at that video, you'll see somebody named Dawn. She posted it for the world to see, but her name is Dawn, and she was saying that if she did what I did, which is reducing some of the quantities of non-keto, non-carb food, she would be hungry. And I'm going to show you how I do it, so that doesn't really become a factor for me. Do I get hungry? Yeah, I get hungry. I do get hungry. So I'm going to make a whole video on that. I'll probably do that one. Maybe I can get it done tonight. I've been having phone issues, as you can see. If you look at some of the other videos, you'll see I've been having a ton of phone issues. They've also been doing the asphalt for our condominium complex. We've had a gas, they cut into a gas line, they cut into a water line. Right now we're supposed to have no water, but we do have water, so I guess that means that the project that we're going to do this morning, they're not doing this morning, so maybe we're not going to have water tomorrow. You never know what's going on. But I can't have my car I have to have my car out of my garage by 7, and I can't go back until 5. We can't drive on that. You can only walk, and you have to walk and kind of climb over stuff. It's been a mess. So I have all that going on. Then tomorrow, at 3 p.m., I'm booked on an acting job at 3 p.m. So I'll try to work all that in. It's in West Hollywood. West Hollywood. Some of you know about West Hollywood. It has a reputation because it is very, very, what do you even call it now? Not gay friendly. It's everybody friendly. It's LGBTQP, XYZ, whatever it is, number 3, number 19, whatever the number is, hike, friendly. So that's where I'm going tomorrow, 3 p.m. So I'm probably leave here around 12. maybe 1. I'll probably leave at 1. Get there early, maybe have a little coffee or something, and boom, 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 start working. So it's great to get to do some acting jobs. This acting job does not violate the SAG-AFTRA strike, and it doesn't violate the rules of the writer's strike. So it's one of those weird things. how it works. So I get to go and do that tomorrow. But I will make that other video. So once again, dumbest diet, the dumbest thing to do when in regards to diet. Is it the dumbest thing you ever heard? That's what I did. 210 calories a day. Do not do that at home. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you're unless your doctor tells you got to do it for some reason. I don't know if sometimes you have to fast. Well, have to fast for like 12 hours because they can do blood work, or you have to fast for. I think one of them you have to fast like 24 hours if you're having a surgery. They just give you water. I'm not sure exactly how it works. When I was in the hospital, some people were just having a feeding tube and they didn't eat. They were on a liquid diet. They would not leave the bed for any reason. So it's kind of smelly, but they'd have to have that thing in there and just drink. When I looked at that, I go, oh my God! A lot of people say, if I ever get like that, shoot me, okay? You shoot me if I get like that. Well, I would have been shot probably 100,000 times. I worked at the firing range for 17 and a half years, and I never got shot. But if I say, hey, if I ever get like that, you shoot me, boy, I would have been shot a number of times. So anyway, don't do it. Don't do it. And once again, expert opinion, do not do it. Don't do that. Have a great day, everyone.